What's going on, guys? Welcome back. And today I'm going to be showing you, this is just a fun little idea I had. Avengers Endgame is out now, obviously, so there will be spoilers in this video for Avengers Endgame. I'll try to keep it as spoiler-free as possible, because a lot of these figures are in the trailers, some of them aren't, though, so, yeah, please be courteous to yourself and not watch this video. But this is my custom Avengers Endgame Bricktober pack. Now, last year, if you didn't know, there was, of course, the Avengers Infinity War Bricktober pack, which I have some figures taken apart. The only one that's still in there is one. But there was a Infinity War Bricktober pack last year, and I have it here. So there was one of those. So around this time, I believe last year, there started to be like leaked pictures of it. So maybe we'll find out about a endgame Bricktober pack, but this is my like predictions for what a endgame Bricktober pack would be. So I've made my own Bricktober pack. As you can see, I've made some like modifications to the packaging and such. But yeah. So yeah, for the box, I got the Harry Potter Bricktober pack box. And I just think it's a better color than the light Infinity War box, even though it does have the Marvel Superheroes brand on it. The rest of the endgame sets, they have like that, they have like this white packaging on it, as you can see. So what I did was I actually like cut up this box. As you can see, I cut it up, and I cut off sections of it so that you can see the title on the side. Now the artwork on the boxes is obviously, Thor's falling out here. I can't keep Thor in there. Come on. Thor, come on, man. He's too fat. Wait, let me get, the box here. As you knew, the endgame sets had, like, this box art where, like, it had the figures with the art on it. So I believe the Bricktober pack box would have, like, an image similar to this. Because as you can see on last year's Infinity War Bricktober pack, they had a live-action image of Thanos, and then, like, a Lego one on the back, I believe. There was, like, a Lego image of Thanos on this box, I thought. Yeah, on the bottom they had that Lego fight image, which was the same as the main set. So I got this image from Thanos, and I cut it out from one of the boxes and just put it out over there to cover the Harry's friends and their faces. So there isn't like a white Bricktober pack box. There might be, but I don't have one. So I just used this. So I covered the Harry Potter logo with Avengers. I covered the top there, and then I put it on the back as well. So that's how I designed the box for the Bricktober pack. Now the figures, these are my predictions on what figures they would include, as that, a lot of the figures in the sets were inaccurate and were in Quantum Realm suits. So I just included the ones that I think were the most likely to be included. So starting off, I have Thor here, and I showed you a video on my custom Thor. So this is based off, like, my predictions of what I think is most likely. So now that the movie's out, because like the last year's Bricktober pack had some pretty obscure characters, or characters that weren't really in the film that much, such as Wong and stuff. So I would assume that they would include Fat Thor. This is the main spoiler, like the most spoilery figure in the whole set. Well, actually, I guess Tony's kind of a spoilery figure, but I gave him Mjolnir, and I would expect it to have some new printing on it. I think Stormbreaker would be too big unless they use like the old build, but yet again, some of these, I'll show you which ones I excluded, which I was originally going to have in the pack later on in the video. But I would assume it would have some new printing, and I included the old, like the new Ninjago tassel piece at the bottom to make it even more accurate. I would obviously assume a new print, but his costume in the film is similar to Infinity War, so I used like the Infinity War costume. I gave him a red cape, and even though I do prefer the, no, I don't really usually prefer the harder capes, but I prefer this cape because it's red and black, from Aragorn, but, I would assume they would include a soft cape, so I gave him a soft red cape, and then for his beard, I actually used this, bomber beard piece from the Hobbit sets, because it has a belly molded onto it. Now, the hair doesn't look at all like Thor. But I just included this because I would assume LEGO would include a new mold that would be similar to Bomber's old piece. But if they didn't want to do that, because they'd have to emulate his belly somehow, then I would assume just like a new face print like this with the Aquaman hair. But I don't know which one they would use, because if he's like maybe they would just include like plain old fat Thor, but I assume they would want to put him in the costume. So I gave him this beer bottle as well. And you may say, oh, that's like a reference to alcohol. Well, you kind of need that for Thor, and then at the same time, they did include a bottle in the compound set, so they clearly aren't too sensitive against including alcoholic beverage references in their sets. Um, so yeah, that's how I would. That's why I think they put Fat Thor in here. Then next up we have this one, maybe kind of a stretch. But I have Captain America in his stealth suit. Now, I can't really emulate the stealth suit to the greatest degree, but I gave him this little piece. I would assume a new piece, but I just got like a stud and then this printed piece on top for the little compass he has Peggy's picture in. Now, they already included the new mask piece in the endgame set, so I would assume they would have him unmasked here, so I just have his normal unmasked face there. So this is just the Infinity War torso, but I would assume like a new printing, obviously, to be more accurate to the stealth suit. And maybe the new shield, the old like blue shield, even though I don't believe in the movie he actually had the shield, because the only point where he wears the stealth suit is when they go to space at the very beginning. And he doesn't have a shield back by then, so I just gave him this battle damage shield that I made. It's a custom shield, but you know, maybe they get lazy and reuse the new colored shield that they already have going for them. Then we have, this is what originally made me think that, like, even before the movie came out, I thought they would make a bricktober pack with Ronan and the stealth suit included. So I have Ronan here. They have him on a hologram in the Avengers compound set, apparently. But yeah, this is just my custom figure of Ronan. I assume they'd include, like, a new masked face underneath. I would assume maybe they'd probably get lazy and do the old sword mold, but I have my custom sword here, so maybe they'd make a new sword mold, or maybe they'd include, like, the Lloyd sword or something, because they already have the tassel in the set on Mjolnir, I would assume. They probably wouldn't put the tassel in, knowing them, though. But, yeah, just my custom Ronin here. I don't know if they'd give him a hairpiece or not, so I don't know if they'd give him the hood, or if they'd just be, like, cop out and give him the hair. Now, I assume in the packaging they'd make it to fit his quiver, but I couldn't fit the quiver in this packaging. But I'd assume if this was an actual set, they'd mold it, the packaging, specifically to fit the quiver on his back. But yeah, that's number 3. I assume they'd include Ronan in the set here. Then, last up, this is the most spoilerific figure, so if you don't want spoilers, click away. I have Tony here, the ending Tony, the snap Tony, I guess you would say. Now, we've gotten a lot of Tony Stark figures. The only one that's close enough to, like, a battle-damaged version is, I guess you could say, the new Avengers Tower polybag. And then there was the one with the black eye, but even that one wasn't battle-damaged. So I got a new face print here. I got, like, one of the old Tony Stark face prints, and I just added a lot of red Sharpie and black Sharpie. I was going to show this off in a custom video, but then I decided to just put it in this video. Because I think they probably include this, I don't know, just a battle-damaged version of Tony. Because, you know, they included him last year, so I assume they'd want to include him again. Now, I couldn't Sharpie on the stones onto a red hand, so I just Sharpied them onto a regular skin-colored hand here to create the Stark gauntlet there. I Sharpied on all the stones there. I have more blood on his hand. In the movie, he has this cut going from his eyebrow down to his beard there. And then, I just gave him, the Anakin Skywalker Darth Vader transformation set legs just to add to the battle-damaged, wrecked look for Tony. And that's all the figures that I included in the set. I also gave him the Steve Trevor hairpiece. Now to the ones that I almost included here. I almost included War Machine. I think this one could be likely, but he'd be in like his new blue Iron Patriot suit, or as my friend Sickbricks is calling it, the War Machine Buster in the movie, which is like a blue and red similar to the Iron Patriot. Because in the trailer, I designed this off the trailer, and in the trailer he has this armor, but in the movie it's blue and red, so they threw you off in the trailer by having it be still black and gray, or black and silver. But I couldn't fit it into the packaging with the shoulder pads. Now, if they did make an official figure for him, I would assume they would mold the packaging specifically for the shoulder pads. So for that reason, I also just couldn't make a blue and red one. So go to my buddy Sickbricks' channel and check out his video on his custom War Machine Buster or Iron Patriot from Avengers Endgame. So for that reason, and also the fact that he wouldn't fit in, I decided to exclude him, but he was originally going to be in the pack for my idea of the Bricktober pack. And then the last one that I had as an idea would be the new Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, but I decided to rule her out because her suit is relatively similar to the other films. I think they would change the hair, and I did a video on this custom, so check it out. But yeah, I would assume it would have like new dual molded legs and be more detailed because they put more effort into the Bricktober packs, clearly. But I just thought, they already put her in the main sets, so I just didn't like think that they'd put her in like. I mean, you could say, oh, they put Tony in the regular sets and put him in the Bricktober pack, but I tried to include characters that weren't really in the sets in this pack, because they put like regular Thor in the Quantum Realm suit, not the Fat Thor in the sets to hide spoilers. So I just don't think they would include her in this pack to be an updated version because they already put her in the sets. So that's why I excluded Captain Marvel, but she was almost in this pack. And then for the packaging, I know I put Thanos up in the corner, but I didn't want to wreck the art on the side of the box. But I do think that they would put the same box art that they have on the actual sets on the Bricktober pack. But yeah, I just did a video like this back in December on like a custom Lego Alliance or like Lego smaller YouTubers Bricktober pack. I thought, oh, I'd like to do another one of these in the future. And then I was like, oh, why don't I do a custom Avengers Endgame one on my ideas of what an Avengers Endgame Bricktober pack would be. So I didn't cover these figures in too much detail, like the Ronin and the Thor. It's because I've covered them in past videos. So check out my custom Endgame minifigure videos to get a more detailed look at those figures if you'd like. But yeah, that's it on this video on my custom Avengers Endgame Bricktober pack. You guys let me know what you think of this idea. And do you think we'll be getting an Avengers Endgame Bricktober pack in the fall? And what figures do you think will be included in it? Do you think any of my predictions will end up being correct in the comments below? And I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. I love you 3000.